Today we are back with another Frenemies rant. In my last Frenemies Reloaded video, a couple of people in the comments told me about Ethan going off on Trisha. I did not see it, so let's get into it right now.
Reddit and you go on the snarks, this is something, and the new snark that they all migrated to is completely unmoderated. This is something that this is a narrative that they've picked up and talk about all the time. And I just wonder at what point, I think Reddit is just waiting for me to myself. I genuinely, I don't know what it takes. And I think if...
That is what it takes. Somebody eventually will do that. And then they'll be like, oh no, there's this phenomenon called snark pages.
We had no idea.
And then the journalist will write about it.
The
and they'll
fucking
be like,
journalist, by the way.
Can you believe this phenomena of snark pages?
The same people who are like, Ethan Klein is actually in a state of psychosis.
Yeah.
He says that nobody's ever been harassed like him in this history of the internet. And actually, I'm going to interview the mods of these snark subreddits and also characterize them as heroes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's obviously something here that I'm missing, the journalist. So I'm thinking that an article was written about them in a not so favorable manner. And this is what happens when you miss out on a lot of episodes of H3. It's hard to keep up, but I'm following.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do. Like, at a certain point, I just really don't understand. Again, Trisha's subreddit was ruining her life, or the snark one.
Yeah.
It was super toxic there, and she got it removed fairly easily.
Oh, yeah. Y'all remember that? She had this guy, some PR firm that was going to do a video about her, and she said the video was about to be on Reddit. Is that how she got rid of it? Let me go back and look at the receipts, because I did a video on it. Let's see if we can find out how she was able to get rid of her Reddit page. Trisha Paytas dropped a video on YouTube as a fishing expedition in order to find her biggest Reddit hater for an upcoming documentary. Trisha Land was ultimately taken down by Reddit for copyright infringement. Copyright infringement is a crime, and if Trisha, as the copyright holder, could prove that her videos were re-uploaded as is, she would have legal grounds for Reddit to take action or risk being taken to court. As I was putting the finishing touches on this video, I refreshed Trisha Land Wifeys to finish up some of this research and found that they have been officially banned for harassment. The news is just breaking, and I have no other details, but Reddit must have been presented with enough evidence to concede that the subreddit broke company policy. So just to clarify, Trisha Land was taken down for copyright infringement, and Trisha Land Wifeys was taken down for harassment.
You know what I would like to say too is that, like, if she actually cared about us and about other parents and children, she would tell her friends to back off. Because to me, a lot of these people are her fans.
Just to take the opposing side, Trisha's pregnant right now, and maybe she doesn't want to go through any unnecessary stress. And to her credit, when she was going on with her antics right after Frenemies ended, Ethan's mother, Donna, told Trisha,
cover your ears. This is it. The worst thing you've ever heard.
This is the most horrible thing you've ever heard. Okay.
Well,
Moses.
Okay.
Moses, if your sister has a miscarriage because of this stress, I will hold you and Trisha responsible. Stop this nonsense. Enough. That's what I wrote.
Yeah. That's obviously a strongly worded message to send.
It was, and that's how I felt.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. She was causing you so much stress.
The truth is, we were all thinking it, and wasn't gonna write it. So when I saw you read it, I was like, she shouldn't have sent the text, but like,
Sorry.
I was thinking the same thing, honestly.
You know.
Well, at the time, it was really intense. It was
really
like
intense.
she was making like 1 billion videos and TikToks, and Hila was in a really vulnerable point of pregnancy.
She had hormones rushing through her whole body, and we were scared.
Yeah.
and to Trisha's credit, she did back off for a bit. You know what? It shouldn't even have to be Trisha now that she's pregnant. Moses, you have a mic now, so there's no hiding behind Trisha anymore. You could do that on behalf of your family.
It started as Frenemies 3 for the people that remember. There was Frenemies, then there was Frenemies 2, then Frenemies
Right,
3.
I forgot about
You all remember that? All of you guys have been on my channel for like 3 years, I guess. Remember, that was a whole thing. Frenemies 2, 3, whatever. I can't remember what number went up to.
It was like the latest snark page. Then it became
Shout out to Frenemies 12, by the way.
a rebrand to
yeah,
H.
that was a real one. They went
It
all the way
became
up to 12.
H3 Snark. And then Israel-Palestine happened, and they took this like, oh, okay, actually we can pretend that we actually care about Israel-Palestine, and that's our new cause. But
Despite
I'm
the-
pretty sure a lot of
or
those
this-
people are from Trisha's days, and then they also like combined with Hassan, so it became this like axis.
Yeah,
Okay. I see Hila's done her research. So she's been connecting the dots and following these subreddits. And she believes that there's a portion of fans from Trisha and from Hassan. Okay. And they both have really big audiences. And so what they combined, they joined forces like Voltron to attack H3.
Before
all
October
these
7th, it
people?
was like pretty much just a collective of really deranged weirdos that nobody took seriously.
Yeah.
And then after October 7th, it really took off. And it started going mainstream when people like Hassan and other people in the world started citing it and calling it out. And people like Adam McIntyre who were like, I respect Snark.
Adam McIntyre's on the naughty list now? What's going on? Because the last time I was on YouTube, a little over a year ago, H3 and Adam were friends. And when I was watching that previous video where Ethan had smoke for Adam,
This kid, I disengaged from this kid when he was creeping on my mom. That's right. Have I said this?
I don't think so.
even though it was a misunderstanding on Ethan's part, in my head, I'm like, it didn't start there. Something happened before this moment.
Yeah.
They're doing good work.
That's
And
exactly like
Ethan-
what's frustrating me with the whole internet right now is how everybody's such a hypocrite. And when they want, they can cite the snark like some actual source. And then when it doesn't fit the narrative, then, you know, they'll say whatever. But yeah, I'll even ask Trisha, why don't you say something to your fans? I haven't seen her say anything.
Now, Hila would be a hypocrite if she was asking Trisha to do something that she herself did not do, right? Well, here's Hila right after Frenemies ended when Trisha was getting a ton of backlash.
I do have a little disclaimer to make. Should I do it now?
Go ahead.
I just want to say I know that there's a lot of heated people following this situation because, of course, it's a crazy one and we're all following it. But I just want to remind everyone it's real people. And, you know, Moses, especially being my brother, I just would like to at least say, like, try not to send hate and try to be mindful that they're still real people. And
So they claim.
so they claim.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're all real people.
We're all real people, but I know that right now it's
I'm kidding. We're all people.
probably not
You're right,
easy on
Hila.
them right now.
Hila, you're
I'll say
speaking the
that.
truth. Hila, the voice of reason and serenity. that
So
we need.
no hate and war. We want peace and love.
Peace and love only. Good, Hila. Good.
Got a vibe.
Well stated. Well stated. Stand up. Hila.
And just to clarify, Hila made this statement a couple of days after Frenemies ended.
I will put that together after the show.
But I know how she knows how it feels. She was saying she was suicidal.
And to Hila's point, a couple of months after Frenemies ended, a video series went out accusing Trisha of telling lies on a deceased person, to which Ethan ended up taking down a particular episode of Frenemies. Ethan was looking to have the particular story that Trisha told clarified before he would unprivate the episode. After that, Trisha and Ethan, along with Hila, had a private discussion on WhatsApp that Trisha later ended up leaking. In the leaked messages, Trisha is telling Ethan that by him discussing her accusations only fed into the H3 subreddit harassing her. Because of all of this commotion, the H3 podcast took a week off so that everything would calm down.
Standing O. We're back. It's been a week. Yeah, well, this time was a self-imposed suspension because of you-know-who about you-know-what. I think everybody knows what happened, right? Yeah, so I went offline because of Miss Voldemort. Now, I'm not afraid of saying her name. Don't give it. It's such a stupid situation with this girl because once again, she continues to lie and back me into a corner to the point where I have to say something because if you let this girl get one lie off on you, she's going to build she's going to write the whole Bible on you based on one lie. But yeah, Trisha's been getting a lot of backlash for various things that has nothing to do with me or any of us. And she's blaming us. It's really weird. Anyway, she leaked a bunch of text messages of us having a conversation, and it spiraled into all this madness. And we just said, you know what, we're going to take a week off. So that's it. That's the story.
Again, this was under Trisha's direction. And just a side note, Trisha did not take a break from uploading to YouTube while all this was going on. So when Hila says here that Trisha knows what it feels like, yeah, she does.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm not exactly sure how she got hers down. I've heard it.
I mean, she was saying she was suicidal. Probably that's how.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not cynical enough to lie about being suicidal.
Oh, yeah. Please don't. That's the last thing you want to do in this situation.
Like, she is, but at a certain point, it's like.
And I mean, when she was on the show, she talked about how she loves following the vlog squad and
true.
Following all their dramas, and she checks the Reddit all day long. I'm sure she does it with H3 Snark.
I'm with you, Hila. I'm on record saying people don't change who they are, ... unless they want to. But just because Trisha doesn't keep on saying what she's still doing doesn't mean she doesn't still do it. Previous behavior predicts future behavior. I'm sure she's keeping up with all the gossip negative about H3 just because it will make her feel better. And when the drama with David Dobrik took off, she loved it. And not so much because of David, but because all that love, quote unquote, if you want to call it that, she had for Jason turned into hate. And she could pretend she was doing the right thing when she was championing victims of David Dobrik, but really, she was just reveling in his downfall. And I believe she and Moses are doing the same thing with H3 right now.
No, yeah, I'm sure that
I'm
her
sure
and
she
Moses,
does.
and
So
Moses
for everybody
especially.
Yo, we are of one accord. Did you hear him? He said, and Moses especially. He's putting Moses above Trisha. And I have to agree.
Everybody that loves Trisha's new arc and loves to parade her.
Well, what I don't understand is
I'm sure that's what she does. She's on Snark every day, probably. If she actually didn't like what they were doing, she would tell something to her friends to stop it.
Hila, everybody likes a good arc, the comeback story. So when it happens to H3, you guys are going to benefit from it as well.
Well, I actually at first didn't even think that it was Trisha fans. I was like, this is too deranged. Like, it's been a long time. I doubt these are Trisha fans. It seems like too political. And then through our research and our informants found out that the two main snarkers are Trisha mega fans.
Yeah.
See, I could have told you all of this about Reddit in real time. I'm only finding out now. There's no anonymous when you're posting to websites. I remember I did a story about, I didn't even know these people, but they're being discussed on H3. It was with Bobby Lee and that comedian guy that everybody said wasn't funny. Whatever happened to that? But remember, on that episode, I said this.
What's up?
Is it possible to get IP logs from Reddit that proves that Bobby is posting shit about?
You all, Ethan is trying to give Bobby a win by asking this question. But Ethan is also asking the question, which I like. Listen again to the question and be sure to listen to the response.
Is it possible to get IP logs from Reddit that proves that Bobby is posting shit about Brendan?
Not without like working at Reddit. I mean, yeah.
Or having like a federal subpoena.
Y'all, if you don't know what just happened, I don't know what to tell you. All these years later, look what's happening. Something is going on Reddit, and Ethan and Hila are investigating to find out who's doing what. And just like they said back then, when they were talking to Bobby Lee, there are ways to find out who's doing what on Reddit. Which is what I said. We've all seen Ethan upset that he wasn't getting promoted or boosted on whatever it is on TikTok. Something was going on with the algorithm. And we saw some low-level person from TikTok was a fan of the show, called him.
Basically, TikTok keeps erasing my content, like immediately. Like they clearly, like in the first 10 minutes, it goes down. 3 of my last 4 TikToks were removed for hate speech, you know, against myself. So somebody wrote in and said, yo, I work on the TikTok moderation team. I want to call in anonymously and, you know, give you some intel.
How are you guys doing today?
Are you scared to be calling in? Are you afraid that they're going to suss you out?
I mean, just like a little bit, because, you know, when you do work for TikTok, you do have to sign an NDA.
So what is your job in TikTok?
So I am a content moderator. So literally all day I'm just watching TikTok.
And also, it seems like to me like someone like James Charles, who's a fan, or he has a fan there who's just watching my account like a hawk that could just fucking bot me whenever I post a video. That's like even... You know,
I don't doubt it. I genuinely don't doubt it, but that would be somebody even higher up that could possibly do that, who's, you know, actually looking at your accounts.
That was a low-level employee. What happens if someone higher up?
And that was a confirmation for me. I thought it was, for a long time, I knew it was actually because I remember it was Frenemies 3. That's where it started. It originated from those people.
You're right about that.
We never had a snark before.
Oh, for real? Wow. Hila did the science. Okay, wait, I did a quick check, and I see that Frenemies 3 still exists. So, again, maybe she's just saying that it springboarded into another subreddit?
There was never such a thing.
So, and
to anybody that has a problem with my opinion, that is my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion based on my experience with Trisha, with Frenemies, and with everything and whatever the fuck I'm going through. That is my opinion. You can disagree. You can think whatever you want.
And that's that on that.
I don't think you say anything that bad. I mean, I accused her of lying about
infertile. And I know that some people had opinions about that, and I think you're entitled to your opinion too.
Say what now? Ethan talked about Trisha's pregnancy. Hold up. Let me right quick find this video and come back. We're going to cut it right here. I want to see what Ethan had to say about Trisha's 3rd pregnancy. I mean, other than congratulations, Ethan, what else can you say?
Insane fucking gobbledygook from like Protocols of Zion.
I found it. All right, here we go.
Like it was a revolutionary founding, and I
Oh, Trisha's pregnant.
Yes.
You guys want to talk about fun stuff?
Yes.
Remember when she came on Frenemies and straight up lied about having fertility problems?
Yes.
For clout?
Yes.
Remember I said I was going to go after the mods because they're heroes?
Yes. I mean, no.
That's what's happening. Trisha straight up lied for clout about being infertile.
Shots fired. Ethan's about to go in.
And actually got mad at me and caused a whole fucking scene when I announced that Hila was pregnant.
Oh, yeah. Do y'all remember that? Trisha's a trip.
When she was perfectly capable of having babies, and now she's pregnant with her 3rd baby. And I'm happy for them, whatever.
I'm happy for them, whatever. This is akin to the moment where Trisha and Moses announced to Ethan for the first time that they just bought a new mega mansion.
Done, signed. We signed last night. We bought a house.
Are you fucking kidding me? You guys did that?
Yeah, we got it last night.
Well, congratulations. But holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like, congratulations? Like, how are you going to make congratulations into a question? Congratulations?
Should we go back to talking about Epstein? Based? All right, here's what I'll say. Just to put a cap on it. Here's what I'll say just to put a cap on it.
Hey, everybody. Ethan is reading an internal memo of what to say.
I'm happy for her. She's having her third kid. That's very exciting.
Bravo, Ethan. Stick to the script. You can't go wrong with
Look at us.
Stick to the script.
What a great, what a miracle. Happy for them.
And here again, you see the staff trying to lead Ethan away from the taboo subject of Trisha Paytas. Let's see if it's going to work. But if you know Ethan, you know the answer to that.
People say she didn't lie. She thought she was. Okay. So obviously,
See, he can't help himself.
Trisha, who's pathologically lied about every aspect of her life. Did she think she was? I don't know. That being said, I'm happy for her. Listen, if it makes me a giant asshole, I own that. I'm a fucking giant asshole. That's just that's what I thought. I said that. I'll just be honest, right? I'm a giant fucking asshole, okay? Maybe I shouldn't question her, and I know it's fucked up to question her, and I know how sensitive it is and how hard it is for women to get pregnant and how personal and all this shit is.
Okay, I can tell he's reading the chat, so probably he's getting pushback from the chat, like, how could you say such a thing?
Okay? Yeah, I'm a giant fucking asshole, okay? I shouldn't do it. That was my first thought. That's it. I said, this woman's on her third fucking baby, and she went and she fucking, like, she shamed me and my wife for announcing we got pregnant, and then she had 3 babies, like, consecutively, like, no fucking problem, like, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, Ethan, that's what makes Trisha funny. Ethan is really shocked by Trisha. Ethan doesn't know Trisha. Trisha could not help her jealousy. How dare you, Ethan, have the attention on you and Hila and your pregnancy? No, she would rather poo-poo on your parade, because then that would make her happy. I mean, remember what you did on her birthday.
Like, exactly planned. Like, bam, bam, bam. Like, perfect planning. Like, even if you get IVF, a lot of women who are actually infertile, you cannot go and get IVF for them even is sometimes impossible / bordering on, like, a long, arduous, fucking painful procedure where you have to do it a bunch of times.
Again, he's speaking from experience.
You have to test a ton of eggs. You don't go bam, 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 like a year and a half, and a year and a half. Like, perfect fucking, perfect family planning. I'm sorry, like, that's just fucked up to lie. I think she lied about being infertile. That's my opinion, and it's fucked up to say that, and I'll be a giant asshole, and you can call me a giant asshole, and you can parade me around the internet and say Ethan's a giant fucking asshole for lying. That's my opinion. I think she fucking lied about being infertile, and I think it's mega fucked up. That being said, separately, I think I'm happy. You know,
Clean it up.
Listen, I love families. I love my kids. It seems like Moses is a good dad, and so I'm happy for them. They're building a family, and I think that's great. Separately, personally, as just someone who knows Trisha and was on the receiving end of all the shit that she put us through for having a baby and we went through IVF too, and the way that we raised our kids, constantly questioning us, I think it's mega fucked to lie about being infertile for clout.
See, this is the one annoying thing about being a content creator. You have to preference everything you say. You have to have a whole preamble of why, who, what, where, when before you give your opinion. You have to state all the counter arguments. You have to show that you're qualified because A, B, C, D, E, F, G, instead of just speaking freely. Because as soon as you speak freely, someone's going to come up and say, well, actually, and then it's frustrating. because I know he's looking at chat. I'm just assuming. People in the chat going, but it happened to me, and well, my cousin, and my grandmother, So he's like, it happened to me too. I am a father, and I'm married, and yeah, I'm a man. I know I can't get pregnant, but I have a wife, and it's like, please let me just speak my mind. Please, let me get it out. Can I add a period? No, I can't. All right, you win. You win.
And it's not the first thing she's fucking lied about. So, like, yeah, she said she thought she was infertile, but who gives a fuck what she said? She's a liar.
Boom.
And by the way, like I said, how many infertile people can do IVF? Bam, bam, bam. 3 times in a row, bullseye every time. It doesn't work like that.
It does if your name is Trisha Paytas. Listen, I have no dog in this fight. I didn't even know Trisha had IVF. Right before she said she was pregnant, I remember there was like a picture of her going to a doctor and laying down with Moses, and she was saying she was doing some kind of treatment. But I wasn't aware that it was IVF. I didn't know her babies were all IVF. Still, I don't know. I'm just hearing it from Ethan for the first time.
She got pregnant like the day after they got married. That kind of timing is not what happens when you're infertile.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because I remember when she first announced she was pregnant, I was like, February, January. Yo, she got pregnant on her honeymoon? And again, I thought she was having them naturally.
I'm telling you, that shit is so painful. It's so long. I've heard about the things that women go through who are actually infertile trying to get babies, and it is like hell. They put themselves through hell. They have to do the egg collection like several times. Sometimes the eggs, you barely get like a few. Like when Hila got it, she got dozens. Sometimes when you're infertile, you get 1 or 2, maybe if you're lucky. And then you have to pray that they're high quality. Like, I'm sorry, but this is my opinion, okay? I'm the biggest asshole in the world. I don't care. Everybody already thinks that.
I don't.
And maybe it's true, right? But I think she fucking lied, and I think it's fucked up. And that's all I have to say about that.
Oh, wait a second. He's going at Trisha directly?
This is just me, baby. I make no fucking apology. Fuck you.
Who?
How about that? Fuck you.
I know he's not talking to us.
Fuck all you Trisha stans, and fuck Trisha too for lying about it, in my opinion.
Whoa, this is our first direct hit, right? Am I missing something? Wow.
But I'm very happy for her, family-wise. There.
Clean it up.
You happy?
So you don't want
I do want a French toast, actually. It sounds delicious. Listen, I've been through IVF. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not some random punter on the sidelines. I know Trisha and I know IVF, and I fucking think it's fucked up. I've noticed it from the first one. I was like, wow, that was fast for someone who's infertile. And then she got another one. I was like, wow, this is really incredible for someone who's infertile. And then she's got a third one. Perfect timing. Boom, boom, boom. Family planning. Sorry, that's bullshit.
He's just calling it as he sees it.
Oh, you sent me the last one?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
Here's my fucking opinion. Nobody else is gonna say it. I'll say it. I don't give a fuck.
Well, also,
it can't be worse than being a genocide supporter, which people already call me. What's worse than that? I'm an asshole? Ooh, he's an asshole. Go ahead, Abby.
And back to Drake, who has a defamation case with UMG, and the fact that everywhere now you see people are calling him a...
I would say Moses is also a waterbender, so maybe that contributed. I don't know, but I don't. I'm saying that it is possible to, if you have fertility problems, to get IVF and it's reverses.
Like, yeah, for real. Breaking: a woman got pregnant. News at 11. Like, really? Come on. But joking aside, for the women and men who have tried to conceive and having great difficulty, I just want to not make light of the situation in total, because I know even with medical intervention, there are a lot of people who cannot get pregnant. This is just about Trisha and Ethan and Hila and what's going on here.
No point denied that.
Yeah.
I said it's difficult, even doing IVF. That's just a fact. I know lots of women who've done it. I've been through it. I've heard from doctors. I've seen online. I've watched stuff. I've read stuff. I know people who have struggled trying to get a third baby through IVF. Family members. This is delicious, by the way.
Yeah, I know they're buzzing. Yeah.
What is this? Is this like creme brulee sauce?
It's what's it called? Frosting, like a cinnamon roll. Yeah, the kids are super cute. Whenever they like show up on my feed, like I want to like Trisha's post, but I'm afraid people are gonna make it into something it's not. But
I mean, for the kids, you gotta like it. No judgment on that.
AB, here's some unsolicited advice. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. Like, why? Why would you want to like a picture just because it came across your timeline? Like, why? Why invite messiness? And to his defense, he said he was thinking about it, but he didn't do it. But I'm like, don't even have that thought. It would be a mess.
That's the thing. When you post pictures with your kids, you know people gotta like it. What do you hate kids? Do you not love kids? You gotta like the post. And that's what the fuck is how the cookie crumbles this time, baby.
Kids loved Hitler.
I'm so sorry for calling Trisha Paytas a fucking liar. Please forgive me.
I guess there are some people in the members chat surprised by what Ethan is saying now. And all I have to say is, Ethan, this is the first time you're like going at Trisha in so long. Calling her a liar, even though there's reasons why you're saying it, it's still like the first time you're going at her. Because before this, it was all focused on Moses.
You know how little fucks I give about these fucking people? Boom, boom. This is dedicated to the mods, by the way. The Trisha stands. Just speaking my truth.
So even though this is an older video, we can see here, Ethan already knows that the mods on the subreddit that he's complaining about through his research are fans of Trisha in some way. That's why he has all this aggression against them.
Can I eat this straight?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, this rant with Ethan is done. Let's go back to where we last left off with Hila.
A little heavy by itself. Yeah, but
opinions are opinions.
I have a very
They're based on our personal experience and what we're going through.
I mean, listen, if you want someone's opinion about Trisha and Moses, I don't think there's anyone more informed to talk about them than me. You know? But anyway, listen, the ironic part about it being Trisha fans is that they've really adopted the whole genocide narrative.
Yes.
They found that was like the most effective way.
And that's the next thing that drives me so crazy. Because, like, if that's actually your cause, but you have no problem with Trisha and Moses, then what the fuck? What the fuck? She showed up to our holiday dinner dressed in IDF costume, and you're okay with that?
I thought that was wild then.
You came over to my house on Friday to celebrate the Jewish New Year with my family. I was expecting, basically, it wasn't what I expected, and I'll tell you. You were very calm. You were not like, I was expecting you to like kick down the door and be the center of attention and shit.
No,
but you were very chill and fine.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I found funny was that you showed up in like an IDF uniform and a beret and shit. Like, you know that we don't dress like that.
Yeah, because you're the American Jews. I was representing the Israeli Jews that were present.
There was 2 Israelis there. Neither of them were in IDF uniform.
They were, though, at one point, so I was representing us. I was, like, on their side. I was the Israeli Hawkman side, and you were representing American Klein side. So I was trying to, show up. Moses thought I looked cute, by the way. He said I looked very good.
He's out of his fucking mind. You can't walk around and that.
And I still have the same opinion now.
I mean, she's also done stuff on video where she's like, we don't care about Palestinians. We're full Jew. We're full Israel all the way. And and you want to talk about you being a secretary, Moses was he was served in a combat position in the fucking Air Force.
And I don't have a problem with what he did.
No, not
but
at
you
all.
should, apparently. That's my point. Apparently, you should have a problem. But you guys, some of you guys, a good portion of you are Trisha fans. So you just found a new cause to pretend that you care about.
Well, the unfortunate thing has been picked up now by Hassan and
that's
people
my
in
next
his
problem,
orbit.
is that people like Hassan will cite the snark like it's an actual source for something.
Yeah. No, they do.
I swear, the whole world has gone crazy.
Well, while simultaneously, Hassan's someone who's like, crying to live stream fails moderators to, you can't, I'm being harassed. You have to remove me. Don't talk about me. The Reddit is, they're obsessed over me. And it's so unfair. And it's like, nobody gives a fuck. But someone like Adam especially, who's like on record being like, I respect snark.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order.
Whoa, there's no love lost there. Just know that this didn't start here, right? These guys have beef from before.
I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too.
You know, keep the children out of it. I hear you, but you know what? Adam apologized and she forgave Adam.
The editing out of the video, like I support him fully.
You want to know what's sweet? In the live chat, while this podcast was premiering, Trisha and Adam were in the comments and this little exchange happened. They made up, everyone. They both apologized and accepted each other's apologies. I'm a sucker for reconciliation, so there you go. So for you to hold on to that, she's going to say, well, whatever, I made up with Adam.
Isn't he
but now he's back on Trisha's
he's
side.
trying to buddy up. I think he's trying to get on his own side.
Now he's back on her side. But I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I never said anything
and
like
I was supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that?
Oh, which reminds me, in my Reddit Trisha video, I clipped Adam making a really good point on how Trisha might have been able to get her Reddit taken down. YouTuber Adam McIntyre had a theory.
I have really strong opinions and actually a little conspiracy theory on what I think is going on here. Now, I'm going to say that it's all speculation. I have no proof of it, but all I'm going to say is I genuinely, believe it, but that doesn't mean it's true. It's just kind of like my delusions. I really have a strong conspiracy on what is going on here, and I think that Trisha is trying to fabricate drama in order to get attention, to make herself look more of a victim, because I believe there's something deeper going on behind the scenes in which Trisha wants the Reddit to be more aggressive towards her, so she can then prove that they're being really nasty towards her, so she's provoking them even more right now because they've been a little bit quiet recently. Because Trisha hasn't really been doing anything, so she's provoking them, saying the things that, she knows that she says they do, that they argue that they don't do, so she's provoking them to get them to, all these posts again, and I genuinely believe that behind the scenes, Trisha is probably working very close with Reddit to take down this snark, and needs a little bit more push of them, doing more posts, so I think she's trying to provoke them.
There's an idea.
He called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan.
It's disgusting.
And
a piece of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story, It's really something.
I honestly don't care anymore. I really don't care about anybody and anything. And, it's an interesting place to be at mentally.
Okay, and that's the end. They finished talking about Trisha. I'm back to watching H3 regularly, starting tomorrow, April 1st, and it's not an April Fool's joke. So expect more regular updates from me. Ciao!